Hi folks, this is Karim Raouf from IoT Visualizer channel. We will continue our lab, the Terminator lab. This is the video number 2. We have been discussing in the previous video the following. We have downloaded and installed VirtualBox 7 to create our first virtual machine, which will contain Windows Server 2012 R2. And we will automate the process of the creation of this virtual machine on VirtualBox 7 hypervisor by using Packer HashiCorp. Okay, it's an executable file. Not only this file, by the help of a JSON file, okay, and an auto unattended XML file, we will automate the installation of Windows, the creation of the virtual machine, and we will use also some scripts to automate the Windows updates process and to install VirtualBox guest addition tools. Okay, all of this will be done in one package. So the Packer HashiCorp will use a JSON file in addition to an auto unattended XML file to automate the Windows installation, and we'll use scripts to automate the Windows updates and the installation of VirtualBox tools. Okay, and also the JSON file will automate the creation of the virtual machine. Let me show you all first something. Here is the graph. This is the VirtualBox. In addition to Packer, we will use both to automate and create virtual machine that will include, or we will have installed on it, Windows 12 R2. Okay, this will be done in a certain process, or let me show you all. Here, this is the process. Here we will have the Packer file, then this is the JSON file. It will redirect, or it will point to two devices, an ISO that will contain the unattended XML file to automate the installation of Windows, and then it will go to a floppy disk. Okay, a floppy disk. It's an old device, but it is specifically used in the virtual machine to store the scripts that will automate the installation of VirtualBox tools, and a script to automate Windows updates. And also it will contain other scripts. If you need to add more scripts, it will be added on the floppy disk, and the JSON file will go and implement or run them from the floppy disk. Okay, so this was the process. We have already created the virtual machine. We have Windows Server 2012 R2 ready on it. It is named, it is updated, Windows Update. All of these things are done, but we need now to automate the creation of Active Directory. Okay, we need to install, or we need to automate the installation of Active Directory role. Okay, and to give it an IP address, we need to automate this process as well. And we need to do a lot of things actually with this server to be a domain controller up and running, or to be a primary domain controller up and running. So we will do a couple, or we will use two scripts to automate the whole process of creating of the Active Directory. This is not this will not include creating of Active Directory users, groups, and computers. This will be done in another video. Okay, so let's see first what is the first script that we will use to automate the process of the Active Directory. First of all, this server will contain two network cards. We will do something called network teaming, okay, to have redundancy. So if one network card on the server is down, the other will be up and running, and the connection to the domain controller will not be down. So this is a script that will make teaming between two network cards. Here the first network card will be called Ethernet, okay, and Ethernet 2 and Ethernet 1. So we have two network cards, one named Ethernet and the other is named Ethernet 2. We will make teaming between them. Okay, and this script will do the trick. So what this script contains, it will tell him to combine or to make a network team between these two cards, and then to wait for 20 seconds. Okay, because this teaming process will take some time. So we tell him to start to sleep for 20 seconds, and then we will issue a command to know the status of the combined two network cards. So we need to know if the two combined network cards are up or down. And then we will wait for another 20 seconds, because when you issue this command, you will see that the network card is still down or degraded. So we'll wait to 20 seconds and then repeat the process. Okay, after repeating the process, we will see at the end that the two network cards are teamed and they are up and running. So basically, this script, we will use it to make network teaming between two network cards, and we will issue some commands to see the status of the teaming. Okay, this is the first script. Okay, the second script that we will use, it is created by one called David Rodrigue. He have YouTube channel. You can go all and see it, and he has a website. This script was created by him. This is the website, or this is the YouTube channel, and this is his website, and this is his name. Okay, so what this script do, let's discuss it in a couple of things. First of all, it will put an IP address. So my IP address of the server will be 192.168.1.6. This is the subnet mask. Okay, it is 24 or 255, 255, 255, and this is the gateway. Okay, to go to the internet, and this is the primary DNS, which will be the same IP address of the domain controller, and we have a secondary DNS, which will be Google. Okay, we will change it after that to point to the additional domain controller when we created it, because it will be an additional domain controller and a secondary DNS. Okay, and this is the subnet. Okay, and this is the name of the domain. Okay, we will name it, or sorry, this is the name of the location or site location. We will name it Skynet HQ. Okay, so this is are a couple of things the script will set. Okay, set the IP address of the server, the default gateway, the subnet mask, the primary DNS. All of these things will be set by the this script, and then the name of the domain, we name it skynet.internal. Okay, this is one thing, and then we need to enable remote desktop connection. He will also enable the remote desktop connection. So this is a mega script. It will not only install or add the Active Directory role or Active Directory service. It will give the, or will set the IP address for the server. It will make the domain name. It will enable remote desktop feature, so we can remote on the server, or we can have remote connection on the server. And another thing, it will make disable of IT or IE enhanced security. This is something related to, if you open the old Internet Explorer 11, sometimes it gets you a security message. This is specifically done to disable this feature. Anyway, Internet Explorer 11 is not working anymore, so we will not concentrate on this one. Another thing of this script, it will also set the name of the PC. Remember that we didn't name the PC yet. Okay, I know that we have the previous video in the auto unattended XML file, we have set the name. Okay, but I have set it in a different way, or I have set it to a name that I don't need, so you can all see this script changing the name of the computer. Okay, so this is a very good script, will do a lot of things. And another thing this script will do, it will set NTP server, or a server, to sync the time of the domain controller with, and this is our two real free NTP or external NTP servers. This is pool.ntp.org. This is a very famous NTP server. Okay, I use it Africa because I am in Africa, and also the script will set some variables, or it will make a reverse DNS zone. Okay, so this script will do a lot of things actually. It will set reverse DNS, it will set the NTP external server, so my domain controller can sync its time with, because you all know that the primary domain controller, it is the NT or the internal NTP server of the network, so it will sync its time with an external NTP server, which will be this two. Okay, so there is a lot of things. It will put the name, it will change the name of the PC, it will disable IE enhanced security, it will enable remote desktop. Okay, it will make the domain, it will set the IP address of the domain and the DNS and a lot of things. So all of this, it will be set in a log, or it will be recorded in a log in this location. Okay, so the second line, it will make a timestamp. We mean by timestamp that the log file will be named according to the time that the operation started. It will be named with a number. Okay, the date the process will the process began. We will see this log file anyway. So this script is very useful. It contains a lot of things, okay? And actually another thing this script do, it will set some DNS setting. It will make something called scavenging DNS records and some things, okay? I think let me show you all where this set. Okay, so this is the process of the executing of the script. So all of this it's not necessary, because now he will begin set the network. This is the section for setting the IP address, set RDP. This is the section for enabling remote desktop and disable enhanced security. So all of these were listed before. So these are the variables, and then this is the execution, or this is the code to execute the variables. Okay, so anyway, so we will complete all of these. Okay, set host name, and then so here he will do 3 reboots. Okay, so here he are dividing the script to 3 phases. Okay, every phase will require a reboot. Okay, so we will see also this when we run the script. But I need to go to something else here. At the end there is a section for DNS. Okay, something called, here he is setting some scavenging of the DNS. What I mean, scavenging of DNS record means deleting the DNS records. Okay, he is setting it to 7 days. Anyway, so this script is very useful. Okay, and it contains a lot of things. Okay, as I said before, it will set the name, it will set the NTP server, it will change the host name, it will do a lot of things. Okay, so this script is very useful. We will use it to complete or to automate the Active Directory installation and preparing it, or preparing the server to be a domain controller with everything up and running. So let's see how all of this will be done practically. So let's go and see the video. So here we can see that this is the Windows Server 2012 R2. It's still a server. It's still not promoted to a domain controller. They will click insert or control alt delete, and then we will put the password, which is Packer. We have set this through the auto unattended XML file of the Windows, and then we need to go and run the script first thing to team the network cards. Okay, to team the 2 network cards. And by the way, another thing I need to stress on, you can ask the AI. Okay, I can do a little experiment with you guys. So let's open the 2 scripts. Again, I will open the Windows PE or Windows PowerShell ISE, and then let me ask ChatGPT. First of all, this is the first thing. Let me copy this and ask ChatGPT if there is any enhancement he can do to this script. So let's see this. Tell him to analyze and explain this script and enhance it if possible. Okay, and then we will put the script and see if what he will do. Okay, so we can tell him enter. By the way, from the beginning of the day, okay, I see that the ChatGPT is not working perfectly. Anyway, so let's see what he will recommend to us, or what he will say. It will take a little bit of time. Okay, here he is saying, okay, let's go also to Brad and see the same. We'll tell him the same to analyze this script. Okay, he's saying that this script creates a load balancing failover, okay, team named team1 by binding 2 network adapters. So here he's describing what the script will do. The first command creates the teaming, okay, the teaming between the 2 network cards. He's saying that the first command, let's see here what he's saying here. The first command, NELTLBO team. Okay, let's see first. He will take some time. He's still processing, or he didn't finish the answer. So if you go to Brad and tell him the same, analyze. Okay, this script, and explain it and enhance it if possible. Okay, so let's see what he can answer. Okay, let's go there and tell him this. Okay, so let's see what ChatGPT is on. Okay, he's saying here, he's describing. Let's go further and see what he's telling us. He is saying that this script is a PowerShell script that creates a load balancing failover team or LF or LBFO team named Team1 by binding two network card adapters named Ethernet and Ethernet 2. The first command creates the teaming, okay, and uh, he's saying that the first command ULTP creates the LBO team with the specified name and team members. Okay, the LBFO team is a network adapter that provides failover and load balancing capabilities by combining the bandwidths of multiple NECs. So he's saying here that this is teaming between two networks. Its main function to make a redundancy or to make a failover, okay, and to combine the two bandwidths of the network cards. So instead of using one network card that its speed is 1 gigabyte, you are using two network cards with the bandwidth of 2 gigabyte. Okay, the name parameter specifies the name of the LBO team or the name of the teaming, and then the team members specify the two network cards that will be a team or will be a member in the team. Okay. Okay, then the next command start sleep pauses the script for 20 seconds to allow the LBO team to form and come align. This is exactly what I was intended to. The third command retrieves information about the LBFO team that was just created. This command provides details such as the name of the team members, the status of the team. Okay, so here I am issuing a command to know the status of the teaming. Okay, the fourth command is to start sleep again, pauses the script for 20 seconds. The fifth command retrieves the information about the network adapters that are a part of the anyway. So he's here describing this script. He's saying if you want to enhance this script, you could add more commands to configure the LBFO team further, such as specifying the load balancing mode, the standby adapter, or the teaming mode. For example, you could add the following command to set the load balancing to dynamic. Anyway, here I am accepting the default setting of the teaming. Okay, if you need to the default setting of teaming of the two network cards, there is some additional setting you can play with if you need to be more specific in the way these two network cards are teamed. Okay, so this is what he's saying. You can also add error handling to the script to check if the LBO team was created successfully. If not, display an error message with instructions on how to resolve the issue. Additionally, you could log the output of the command to a file for troubleshooting purposes. Okay, let's tell him to enhance the script, okay, or do what he's telling. Okay, so now he will add a log file, or he'll make my script to add a log file. This log file will record what happens with the operation of running the script and a lot of things. So let's him to enhance the script and then press enter. Okay, it will take a little bit of time. We can go to Brad and see what he has said here, or what he is saying here. So saying this script creates a new LBO team named Team1 and binds the Ethernet and Ethernet 2 network cards to it, and then it pauses for 20 seconds to allow the team to form and come online. Finally, it gets the team information and the NECs in the team. Okay, this script can be enhanced by adding a check to make sure that the Ethernet and Ethernet 2 NECs are present before attempting to bind them to the team. It can also be enhanced by adding a check to make sure that the team is up and running before attempting to get the team information or the NECs in the team. So here he's suggesting something. You can all take this script, so you can do my script, and then if you take a snapshot from the virtual machine, return the snapshot or apply the snapshot, and then again do this script or see or apply this script. So this is a script that it is suggested by Brad, or this is an enhancement to my script. You can apply it and see, and this is a good thing. You can ask the AI to enhance your scripts Again, here I think there is something with ChatGPT today. Okay, but here it is. Let me see if there is something else. He's still getting the answer, or he's still making the answer. Anyway, so we can see here that the AI is helping you to enhance your scripts and make them more effective and more professional. So this is a very good way to enhance your learning experience. If you are working with PowerShell, you can make PowerShell scripts and ask the AI to enhance them or to correct them. Let's see if there is anything else. I think he's still getting the. So this is one thing. I think also we can go and tell him to enhance or see the script of the guy that is called David, and let's see if also if he can enhance this script. We can tell him Control C and see if this script also will be something to work with. Let's see if, again, I think he's still enhancing the script. Anyway, you need to be careful when you are working with ChatGPT, because sometimes the scripts that he is writing is not correct. You need to make sure, because I have already tried some of its scripts. Sometimes it is working with old PowerShell commands, so you need to make sure that this script is working on the latest PowerShell module, maybe PowerShell module 5 or something. Okay, so here he's still getting the answer. Let's go to Brad and tell him also to analyze okay, this script and explain it and enhance it. Okay, and then we will put the script. Let's see if we can. But I think maybe the script will not be at the end. Let's see, because I think it is close where I think he will not accept all of this kind of text. There is a lot of text to be added, so I think he will not accept all of the scripts. You can tell him the script part by part, okay? You can copy it part by part. Anyway, we have seen that we can do this, or we can make the script or tell the AI to enhance our script. Let's go and see. So here, this is the answer of ChatGPT. Okay, this is it. And you can also ask Claude, and you can ask Ping AI. So you have a lot of things to work with. So let's go and continue our lab and see what can we do with these scripts. So let's go there, and again, I think I have missed something. So now I will go and begin the working with the script. Okay, so now we will open. First of all, remember that I have added a hard disk. Remember that when we have finished creating the virtual machine and we have Windows 12 installed on it, R2, we added another, our additional hard disk. So we need to initialize it, okay, and make it one partition. Make it GUI. This is the second partition, or the second hard disk. It will be one partition that will contain the data of the domain controller. Okay, by the way, this also can be automated. You can make a script to automate this. Okay, so you can ask Brad, okay, or Google AI, or you ask ChatGPT or Bing to do a script to do this. But anyway, this is a simple process. We can do it in a couple of seconds. Okay, so we have already initialized the second hard disk. And here I need to change it from, here I need the D, I need the second disk to have labeled D and the CD-ROM to be labeled E. So I'm changing them. I need to be in order. I need my hard disks to be in order. Do not do the changing of the drive letter of the of the partition unless there is no any data or programs installed on this partition. So now I'm changing the drive letters. Okay, so now this is D and this is E. Okay, so now I have flipped them. Okay, so this I need them to be in order, C and D, and then the CD-ROM will be E. Okay, so now we have changed everything. Now we need to begin applying. Here I'm changing it to be E, and then we will initialize the script of the teaming, the script that will team the two network cards. So let's see. So we'll go now and run the script. And by the way, guys, a little bit here, I will take a snapshot. So this is careful. You need to take a snapshot before applying any script. Okay, so if there is any problem happened, you can return this snapshot, or you can apply this snapshot and retrieve back. Okay, to retrieve back in time. Okay, so I'm here, I'm copying the scripts. I'm putting it in my D drive letter. So this is scripts that we'll use. Okay. Okay, so now this is the scripts. And here is the NC team script. This is the script that will team the two network cards. Now I'm taking a snapshot. So if there is any problem, I can return back to this snapshot, okay, or apply this snapshot, okay. Snapshot is like taking a backup, okay, backup of the machine, okay, or a system restore point, we can say that, okay. So now we're taking a snapshot. It is similar to system restore point, but it's not the same. Okay, so now we need to apply the script and see. So what I'm doing here, I think I'm going to the network connections maybe, or the control panel, to make sure that the network card doesn't have any IP addresses, okay? Just to get the network and sharing center and see if the network cards have any. We have two network cards, Ethernet and Ethernet 2. This is the 2. No internet connection. There is no IP addresses, okay? So now we need to go and run the script. So we will open, and then we will open the partition and run the NC or NIC teaming and tell him edit. Let me first close this PowerPoint presentation, and then here you go, this is the script. Then we'll begin applying it, and we will see that the script will begin applying the teaming, and will ask you one question: if you need to team the two network cards according to a certain parameters, okay, you can accept the default, which is good. Okay, so here we can see that what he's saying here is saying that we have two team members that will be or two network cards that will be teamed, Ethernet and Ethernet 2. The teaming name, or the name of the new network card that will contain both, or so this is named Ethernet and Ethernet 2. The new teamed network card will be named Team 1. Okay, teaming mode will be switch independent, and load balancing algorithm will be dynamic. So you can specify in the script if you need the teaming mode to be any other thing else, and the loading balance algorithm to be any other thing else. You can leave it to the default. This is good. Okay, so tell him yes to all. So this is what ChatGPT asked us, or told us. You can specify the way of the teaming, how the way of, or the parameters of the teaming. Okay, so now what he's doing, he's teaming the two network cards, and then he will wait after the teaming for 20 seconds, and then he will query the new teamed, or the new teamed two network cards, and see if they are up and running. Let's see. All of this will be displayed here. So now what you can see here is saying that this is the team 1. The members are Ethernet, Ethernet 2. It is down. So the two network cards are down, or the status of the teaming is down. So this is completely normal. It will take some time. And the script, I am telling the script to issue the same command again to see the status of the teaming. Okay, so get net lb off team, or lbfo team. This is a command to get the status of the teaming. Okay, so I'm telling him to sleep for 20 seconds, then get the teaming status, and then sleep for another 20 seconds, and again get the teaming the status of the teaming. So we make sure that at the end this down it change it to up. Let's see, it will take about 60 seconds, okay, until this is ended. So now we will wait for 20 seconds, and then we will issue another command to get the status of the teaming. And this command, he's saying it is degraded. Still, it changes from down to degraded, but this is a little bit of a progress. Degraded means that it is not completely down. Okay, at the end we need to see the status to be up. Okay, so this command will get, see, you can see here that this command, it will get the bandwidths, okay, of the two network cards, okay, the transmit speed, some additional info, okay. So this command will get not detailed info. This command will get more info. Anyway, so we will wait and see at the end that we need to see that the two network cards teaming are up. Let's see at the end how this will happen. He's saying that the two network cards receive and transmit speed will be 2 gigabyte because every one of them is 1 gigabyte and they combined are 2 gigabytes. Okay, this also will help us to have more transmit and receiving speed because we are working with two network cards. So you see at the end that the status is up. So now we have our network cards grouped and the teaming is up and running. The second thing, we need to run the script, okay, of David, okay, to begin setting the IP addresses, changing the machine name, install the Active Directory and domain services, and do a lot of things. So let's see how this will be done. Here we are saving a lot of time actually. This script of David will help us to do a lot of things in one shot, okay? I need not to change the name and then restart and then to set the IP and then restart. All of this will be done. He will do the script for you. You can see this is team 1. Okay, now we have team 1. If you go to the adapter setting, we will see that this is the two network cards and this is the connection teaming these two. Okay, so this will not work anymore. If you need to change the IP address of the machine, you need to work with this connection. Okay. So let's see here, it doesn't have any IP address. Now we go to David script and see how it will work. Okay, this is the scripts. Okay, but this is not the one. This is another thing. One note to say about Windows Server 2012 R2 that the PowerShell module in it, or the PowerShell version, it is version 3. This will do some problems, as we will see now. I have this script of David, it is working with PowerShell 5. So when I try to run it, there is some errors appeared. So this means that I need to upgrade my PowerShell version from 3 to 5. Let's see first. This is the PowerShell script for David. And here we need to focus on something here, okay? Here, this script that David wrote, he is assuming that you have only one network card. So he doesn't know that I have two network cards and there is teaming between them. So I need to specify in the script, okay, that he needs to go and set the IP address on the two teamed network cards. So this will be done through something called index of the network card. So every network card on the machine has a name and has a number. So here in the script, I am telling him to go and set an IP address on the two network teamed connection which have an index or a number of so. So here I am not telling him to go to the network card named so and put the IP address. Here I am telling him to go to the network card that have the index or the number of, for example, 1 or 2. This is more efficient and this will help you to set the IP address more quickly. So let's see this, and I will show you all what I mean by this. So this script originally was designed for one network card, but here I have changed it to apply to two network cards, or to two teamed network cards. Okay, so let's see how this will be. I have already changed the script or some commands of the script to fit my new situation. Okay. So let's go and see. First of all, when I run the script, it will not work properly because I will show you also here. Let's here see this one. Here there is something called interface index. So this is the number. This number refers to the network card. Okay, so my network or my two network teamed cards, their index is 24. How I know this? We will issue a command called get network adapter. It will give us all of the network cards, and every network card, its name and its index or its number. So here I choose the number of the two team network cards. Let's see now. And actually, this command was wrote there. I have already added it because here I am working with the network cards, not their name, but their index or their number. Okay. So let's see if this network or this script will work. So you can see this is very detailed script, and he has already added a lot of things. It's not only a script to do or to implement some actions or some parameters. Actually, it has also a log file that records all what happens in this script, or all what this script is doing. It will be added to a log file. So this is a very professional script. Okay. So now let's see if the script will work. If we go there, and this is the folder that will contain the log file. Okay, the log file will be stored here. By the way, this folder is not created. Okay, the script will create the folder. So I need to delete the folder, because if he see this folder already created, he will not add the log file to it. So I need to delete this folder. Okay, anyway, so we'll issue a command called get net adapter. What you will see here, okay, this is my two network cards, and then this is the team. I need to get the index of 24. Okay, so I can tell him the name, but I will work with the index number, which is more accurate. Okay, by the way, if you restore a snapshot, or you do if you restore a snapshot, this index number will change. Okay, so you need to take care. Okay, anyway, if you restore a snapshot of the virtual machine, it will change the index number of the teaming. Okay, anyway, so here we can see that this is the index number that we will use in the script. Okay, so now we need to go and see if the script will work. And actually I have already set it to 24, if you have seen from a couple of seconds. So this is a very good script. It will do a lot of things at one shot. And actually have another script to work with the additional domain controller. So this is a script to make a primary domain controller. Okay. So you can see here I have the index set to 24. So this is a good one. Let's see when we apply the script if it will work or not. Actually, it will not work because the PowerShell module, it is 3. And this here we can see that this is the problem here. Here, first of all, he's saying that we have already a folder that contains the log file. I need to delete the folder that the log will be recorded in, because this script will create the folder for the log and the log itself. So you could not, or you don't need to create the folder, okay, because the script will do this. And if he finds a folder with this name, he will not put the log in it, or he will not begin the process of implementing the script. Anyway, here is another thing, another error called add DNS server primary zone. This is a command. He is saying that I don't find it because the PowerShell version is old. I need to upgrade it from 3 to 5. This will be done using 2 updates from Microsoft. We need to download them and apply them. We will see now what are these 2 updates. Anyway, so this is the first thing. We need to make sure that our PowerShell module is 5. And this is, by the way, one of the things why I didn't update or run the script of Windows Update on this machine. I have a script that I can use it to update the Windows, okay, and to automate the process of Windows Update. I didn't use it because this script need PowerShell 5 to work with. Okay, so anyway, let's see how we can solve this problem. As we can see here, this script is initially done for 2019 and 2022, so it's not for 2012. So here I have used the script to be able, or I modified it to work with 2012. Okay, and actually it didn't work because the script was initially working with PowerShell 5, or the commands it was for PowerShell 5. Anyway, so now we will need to upgrade our PowerShell module. We will do this using two updates. I have already downloaded them, and I have a script to work with them, or to initialize them, or to run them. Anyway, so I am deleting the log file. I will also delete the folder itself. We need to delete the folder because the script will already create the folder. Here I'm just checking if there is any IP set. Okay, no, there is no IPs. This is the APIPA or the private IP, or auto private IP. This is not the IP that I have set in the script. Anyway, so we will go and try to run the script again. I think it will not work. Actually, as I said before, there is something related to the module of the PowerShell version. Anyway, so here, this folder, MSU files, here I contain, this is a script, okay, that will go to MSU folder. This contains two updates. Here is the, let me show you all. This is two updates, KBs. This is the KBs of the two updates that we need to install on this server to upgrade PowerShell 3 to 5. Okay, this is the two. Okay, actually, and this is a script I have taken from ChatGPT, but actually it will not work. So this also needs to be modified because this is not correct. I've tried to work with this PowerShell script, but it's not working. So let me show you all. If we go to, for example, let's here I pause it. If we go and get this script and go to ChatGPT, or not ChatGPT, we'll go to Brad, because Brad is more professional in this way. Let's go to the, here is the lab, okay, and this is the script. Let's open it. I think this is not it. Let's go to another script. This is not the original script. Okay, let's go there and go to the script of MSU. I think this is the one. I tell him to edit and see. Okay, let's close this one. And no, this is not the script that I have used already. This is another one. Okay, anyway, so we can get the script, or the original script. This is the script that I have used. If I go there and tell him right click and edit, and this is the one. Okay, this is contains a lot of things. Actually, this is not the one that I am talking about. I tell him Control C, and this was not correct. If I tell Brad to analyze it and enhance it, okay, I will not tell him to I can tell him to explain it actually, but this is very simple script. So he's saying the script creates a new PowerShell object named KB array list and adds the following KBs. So he is telling you that the PowerShell, or this command, will install a couple of updates. Okay, this script then iterates through and checks if the KB and the ID is installed. So he's saying that the script will check if these updates are installed on the machine, and if one of them is installed, it will not install it, and if they are all not installed, it will install it. The script can be enhanced by adding a check to make sure that the WSA tool, this is the tool that will be used to install these updates. So these updates you will not get it from the Microsoft website. You need to get it from something called Windows Update Catalog. This should be downloaded manually and to be in a folder. And these updates will be installed using this tool. Okay, it's saying here that we can enhance it by make sure that WCA tool is installed before attempting to use it. Okay, so you make sure that this tool is installed. So this is his enhanced version of the script. So you can use it and see it if it will work or not. And this is a good enhancement. So this is another thing. You can use the ChatGPT or the Brad to enhance your scripts. So let's see. This script will not work, as I said before. And the last line in this script is to install PowerShell 7, but actually this will not work unless PowerShell 5 is there. Okay, so we need first to install PowerShell version 5 and then to upgrade to PowerShell 7. Okay, so this is why Packer or some of the scripts of Packer was not working, because here we can see, just a moment if you go further. So this is why some of the Packer scripts, okay, or the scripts I used with Packer was not working, because it is initially, or it is created for PowerShell 5 version, not to PowerShell 3 version. Here this is the two updates. Okay, you can go to the internet and download them from the Windows or Microsoft Windows update catalog. Okay, this is the two one. We need to install them. This is the first one and this is the second one. Okay, this will upgrade the PowerShell 3 to PowerShell 5. Okay, here we see when I initialize the script, it will not work. There is a problem. Actually, ChatGPT gave me the wrong syntax, or didn't give me the correct commands. Okay, so now if I tell him to, he need to save the script before applying it. So now if you tell him to install, now we will get an error. Okay, so he's saying here that localhost computer and run the command. So he's saying there is some mistake concerning the host name, or the local host name. Anyway, so you can also ask Brad or ChatGPT about this error. Anyway, the script is wrong. You need to modify it. So you will not work with it. I will modify this script and work with it successfully when we are working with the additional domain controller. We will use another script that will work perfectly, but this script is not working and we need to change it. Okay, anyway, so we will go and install the updates manually. Okay, so we'll go there and open the MSU files, and then we install it in order, the first one and then the second one. And then after that we can apply David script to install the Active Directory domain services and the other things included in the script. So let's wait and see. Here he is trying to, this is a Windows update, standalone update. We will accept. Okay, and then it will take some time. Let's see how much time we have. Okay, I think 48 minutes. Okay, I think we will not take so much time, because the rest of the script will be working perfectly, but we need to first upgrade, then we need to restart, and then install the second update, and then work with the script of David. So here is the updates. I'm pausing the video a couple of times not to involve you guys with seeing the update process. Then insert Control-Alt-Delete. Then Packer, the password is administrator, or the user is administrator, and the password is Packer, was set in the auto unattended XML file. Okay, anyway, so now it's working. We can go and make sure that, okay, the update is installed. Anyway, it is already installed, so we go and install the second update. Okay, MSU file, and then we install the second update. And then we can go to the PowerShell and issue a certain command to know the PowerShell version. Okay. Anyway, all of these problems will not appear when we are working with the additional domain controller. So we have already, was a test for us, or we are testing these scripts on the primary domain controller, and when we go and begin installing the second domain controller, all of these problems will not appear. Okay, so close. And actually, if I'm using Windows Server 2022, these problems will not appear at all. Okay, this is because the PowerShell module is different. We can see here there is an error because still the PowerShell is not working perfectly anyway. So we will go, or it will work, but after a couple of minutes. Okay, so we'll go further, and then we will open the PowerShell and then issue a command which is ps version, and then so here we will run the PowerShell, and then we'll issue a command called ps version. Okay, this will get us the version of the PowerShell. Okay, so we can tell him to run PowerShell. Okay, as an administrator. So we can see now it's working. We have to wait for a couple of minutes after the installation of the updates. Now we can tell him ps version. I think we can go further because I am trying a lot of things. So again, here is, it's called ps $, ps version table. This is 5. This is version 5. This is the one that we focus on. This is the one that all of the scripts of Packer or initialized or accompanying Packer and David will work with this version of PowerShell. So let's continue. Here I'm trying to see if the command called DNS, the one that error appeared concerning David, it will appear here. Anyway, it will work. I have started it. So now we will go again and run the script and see if there is any problem when we are applying the script. As I have said before, this script will be on 3 phases. Okay, he will begin the first phase to set the IP addresses. Okay, the second phase will install the Active Directory, and the third phase will do the rest of the scripts or the rest of the other things. Okay, so here it will begin, as I said before, in 3 phases, and this is very good actually, because if a part of the script is not applied, then we can reapply this part of the script, not the script as a whole. Okay, so let's see if the script will work or not. Here actually an error will appear because the folder that will contain the log I have already created it manually, and this will not work with this script. The script needs to create the folder that will contain the log by itself. I don't need, or if I make a folder or created the folder manually for the script, manually for the log file to be added to, it will not work. Okay, so let's wait and see. This is another error that will appear. So here we need to make sure also that the index, okay, the interface index is the same. So if I'm trying to apply, here we will see something here. He is saying that, okay, that it has been created, okay, basic setting does not exist. So here is saying failed, because why is failed? Because the setting or the interface, okay, the interface index has changed. Okay, so interface have changed because I have already made a snapshot, I have restored my snapshot, so this interface index will change it. If we get net adapter, we will see that the team1 connection, its interface is changed. Let's see, I will show you all now. This was 24, we have seen this before. If we get net adapter, we will see that it was changed to 17. Okay, so we open this, and then first of all I need to delete the folder completely. So you could completely delete the folder. Okay, and if you try to him get net adapter and see the index, let's see the index of if it's 24 or not. So we can see it is changed to 17. Okay, so now the index is changed because I have restored the snapshot. Okay, so we need to make sure that the index is the same. This is the problem because the index was not correct. Okay, so we'll change it to 17 here and there. Okay, and then try to see if the script will work. You will save it and then see. Now what I'm doing, I don't know. I think actually I'm trying to see something else here, maybe. Yes, CPS version. Again, I'm here. I'm trying to see if the version is 5. Okay, so now we are correct. It is PowerShell version 5. We'll take a snapshot. Make sure to make regular snapshots. So this snapshot before AD. Okay, so this is, we have done the teaming, we have done everything, and we have upgraded the PowerShell. So this snapshot will be before applying the Active Directory script. Okay, so now let's see if we try to apply the script and see what will happen. Okay, so now we close it and then we apply the script and see. Okay, we'll open the lab. Okay, and this is the script. We will edit it. And this, after that, will be streamed, or the script will be running normally. Okay, what I'm doing here, I don't know. Here I'm trying to see ipconfig to see if there is any IP addresses on the machine. But actually this is the O2 private IP address, so we don't have any IP set. Okay, so now we try to apply the script and see. Net adapters, still I'm trying to make sure that my index or interface index is correct. Okay, or I am setting my IP address on the correct network card. Okay, so you can see it's called Microsoft Network Adapter. Here we can see that the script is running now. You have created the folder that will contain the script. Now he's beginning the basic configuration. The basic configuration is setting the IP address. We have done it. Now we can go to the internet. Okay, this is a good sign. Default gateway and so on. So now he will begin. Uh, Here we can see that what he have done, he have already disabled enhanced security configuration on the Internet Explorer 11. The computer set, or the name was set, the IP was set. So this is the first phase of the script. Okay, we now will reboot the computer in 30 seconds, and then we will go again and apply or run the same script again. Don't worry, it will not apply this section. It will apply the section after it, because there is a line in the script that will see or will check the log to see if this phase is done or not. Okay, so anyway, very good script. So it will run, it will restart in 30 seconds, and then it will begin working. So very good script. It will save us a lot of time and a lot of things actually. And it's not only installing Active Directory, it's doing a lot of things. Okay, so it will take about 30 seconds, and then it will reboot the server, and we can check to see if the name of the server is changed or not. So this is why, guys, you need to upgrade from Windows Server 2012 R2 to Windows Server 2019 at least, or 2022, because the PowerShell model is old. There is actually some problems actually I have found when I tried to install WSOS on Windows Server 2012 R2. There is some problems if you are working with WSOS on this version of Windows, especially if the WSOS is working with internal database or Windows internal database. Okay, so this is one thing you need to focus on. And actually the same problem happened with Windows Server 2022. We will see that later. I will discuss this problem later. uh, WSOS, it's not, there's some problems when you're applying WSOS with internal database, okay, or Windows internal database. Anyway, so now we will log in normally. Here still the Active Directory services is not installed. We have only set the IP address, changed the machine name or the server name, and we have disabled IE enhanced security on the Internet Explorer 11. Okay, it's now expired, is not working anymore. So now we will open and run the script again to complete or to begin the second phase, which is installing Active Directory domain services. Okay, and setting the reverse DNS zone and doing a lot of things. Okay, so as we can see, everything is running flawlessly. Okay, or it's running in sequence. Okay, so I think here I'm running the command prompt to see the IP address. If type ipconfig/all, I will see the name, or see the setting here. Here we can see everything is set. Okay, I need to tell him host name here I forgot to put the N. If I tell him host name, it will get the name of the machine. You will see also it is changed. Okay. Anyway, we will close this, and then it was not shut down properly. Now we will begin running the script again. It will go and check the log to see if the first phase of the script is done already, and then it will begin applying or working with the second phase. Get host, this is not completed. Guest or host name, you need to type host name. Here is the name is changed. Okay, so now we can apply the script again, or to begin the second phase of the script. Okay, here he's telling you the Active Directory service restore password. This is normal. When you need to restore Active Directory, there is a mode called Active Directory restore mode. You need to access it using this password. Okay, anyway, he is beginning Active Directory domain service installing. Okay, so now he's installing the Active Directory domain services, and after that he will begin installing or making the reverse DNS zone, and making the additional DNS setting, and setting the NTP server, and enabling RDP or remote desktop services. Okay, or remote desktop connection. I think remote desktop services, yes. Now we will pause the video here. It will take a little bit of time, and there will be another reboot. Okay, so it will take some time. So you can see here, if you are working with scripts, everything, especially there is some scripts that will save you a lot of time. This is one of them. A script for teaming with network cards, and a script for doing a lot of things to your domain controller, changing the name, setting the IP address, setting the NTP server, setting the name of the server, a lot of things actually. So now it will take a little bit of time. Okay, and at the end it needs to restart the server. Okay, so I will pause the video. Okay, now it's beginning, and he now begin initializing or installing the Active Directory first, and the domain will be named skynet.internal. This is the name of the domain. Okay, so he's doing all of the setting, or all of the variables stated in the script. Okay, so now it is working. Will take a little bit of time. Okay, creating the forest and the DNS reverse zone. So okay, skynet.internal. Okay, okay, it will take a little bit of time. As we see here, everything is done with the script. He will reboot in 30 seconds. Okay, then the last phase is to make some or additional DNS setting, and enable RDP or remote desktop protocol, or remote desktop services, and also set the NTP server or external NTP server. Anyway, all of this will be done. Some of these things are done using registry keys. For example, enabling remote desktop services will be done using registry key. Okay, anyway, so he's restarting the server. So if you have these scripts, will make your life much easier if you are intending to rebuild your domain completely. So we will wait and see. Okay, so here he is restarting. I think I will pause the video until it restarts. Maybe you can go further. Okay, okay, so here again we logged in, and then I think we logged in again here. Okay, again. Okay, now we will log in. We will see now that we have Skynet. So now we have the domain installed. Okay, Skynet. This is the NetBIOS. Okay, the full DNS name is skynet.internal. Okay, so now we will run the script for the third and last time to apply the third part of the script, which is setting the DNS scavenging setting and other setting. So this is the script. We will run it again. Okay, here it is, and then this is, run it for the third time, edit. Okay, saying that was not properly shut down. Okay, and then we will need to apply the script for the third time. Okay, now checking the logs and see if the previously two phases are done or not. So now we have done the scavenging or the setting of the DNS scavenging complete, and he's setting other things. Okay, as we can see here. So the script is finished already. So now we have our domain controller up and running. We have our DNS. We will see now, I will show you all. We will see if the script is completely or successfully implemented. We will type mmc. Here I'm creating a console to add the DNS server and add a lot of things actually. So we will see now. Here I'm trying to add some things. Here we will add the Active Directory and a lot of things in the console, so we can check and see if our Active Directory and DNS is up and running. I have already console created before, so and added all of these snap ins in it. I will copy it and open it, and we will see. We will check and see if everything is up and running. This is the console. I have added to it Active Directory, computers and users, and DNS, and a lot of things. Okay. So here we can see that skynet.internal, so this is good. Okay, and now we will see the DNS. We'll see if it is there is DNS. It is there, and we can see there is reverse lookup zone. It is the primary DNS, and this is the forward DNS zone, and this is the reverse lookup zone. And if we go to the properties of the DNS, we will see that in forwards, we can see that it's already there. Google as a forward DNS to forward external queries to the internet through to the DNS of Google, and I will add my gateway as a forward DNS to forward external queries to external DNS servers through my gateway. Okay, and this is to be the first one. Okay, so now everything is up and running. You can see everything is perfect. If you go to properties and see the scavenging setting of the DNS, we will see it is already also done in a proper way. You can see the scavenging period is 7 days. Okay, so perfect, everything's working. We can see that the Skynet domain is created, the DNS is created, everything is created. So we need to take a snapshot and everything. So now we need to take a snapshot, because if there is any changes we need to take a backup before going further. If we can tell him ipconfig/all, we can see that the setting of the DNS and everything and the IP. And if you tell him to ping Yahoo, this to make sure that you are connected to the internet. Okay, you can ping yahoo.com. Now we have a reply, then we have access to the internet. Okay, so now we have the access to the internet, and the IP or the Active Directories or the domain controller is up and running. We need to install let's see, we need to install PowerShell 7. Okay, there is a command that we can issue to automatically install PowerShell 7. It's a line actually, or script. Here we can see internet, and we can see the setting. We need to change the DNS, okay, or the DNS or the preferred DNS to 192.168.1.6. You can leave it as 127.0.0.12 itself, but I prefer to be more specific, because I will add another DNS or the additional DNS when I install the additional domain controller. Anyway, so this is it. Yeah, I will change it. This is pointing to itself. Okay, this is correct or this is good, but I need to change it. You can leave it as it is actually. 0.1.6. Okay, and then okay, and then we need to install the PowerShell 7. Okay, I have already a script to do this, or a line to do this. So I think we'll go there and open. Okay, I think yes, the script. Let me show you the script, or we can go further. So this is the line. Okay, this is the line. Okay, here I'm telling him to go to this website to install the latest PowerShell 7 and to be the file will be MSI file and quiet, okay, or silent installation. Okay, so here we need internet connection, of course. Okay, and then tell him to run this file, and then he will begin installation or grabbing the PowerShell 7 MSI file and install it silently. Okay, so okay, he's downloading the package. This is the file. So now we have PowerShell 7, we have PowerShell 5, we have the domain controller, we have reverse DNS, we have everything up and running. So the upcoming video will begin creating different Active Directory objects, users, computers, groups, and all of this will done with one mega script. Okay, before in my previous labs I was working with small scripts. Now I have combined all of them in one script. Okay, so it will take some time. Okay, he is now downloading the script or downloading the PowerShell. Again, if you go there, it will take some time. Now it is installed. If you go and check, we will see that PowerShell 7 is already there. If we try to open or how we can get to the PowerShell 7, you need to go to the folder that contains PowerShell 7 and run an exe file called pwsh.exe. You will see that now in a moment. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm doing, let's go further because this is not correct. Okay, anyway, so we have opened the PowerShell 5, okay, and then I need to go to the folder that PowerShell 7 is installed in, which is in C program files, okay, and then it is in a folder called PowerShell. So here we have two folders. PowerShell 5 is installed in Windows PowerShell folder. PowerShell 7 is installed in folder called PowerShell in C program files. Okay, so C program files Windows PowerShell, this is PowerShell 5. C program files PowerShell, this is PowerShell 7. So we'll go and access this folder. Actually, you can make a shortcut to this exe file. Okay, and then tell him dir there is another folder called 7, so we'll go to the folder PowerShell 7, then pwsh. This is how you can access PowerShell 7. Okay, now we are accessing PowerShell 7 module. Okay, actually this is not 3.1, now it's 3.4. Okay, anyway, so this is how you can access PowerShell 7. Okay, now we return it back to PowerShell 5. Okay, anyway, so now we have done a lot of things. We need to take a snapshot, I think, after all of this change is done. We need to first of all, I will open the server manager and see different things. If we go there and we will open the local server, here you can see that the name of the server and the domain. We have remote management enabled, remote desktop enabled. This is the script have done. Network teaming is enabled. We have our time zone Cairo. This is good. It is activated. Enhanced security is off. This is done using the script actually, and a lot of things was done with the script. So we can see that we have successfully done a lot of things. Okay, so let's see. I think there is another point, or there is the last thing to do. I think there is, maybe we will do something. I don't remember what it is, but let's go further and see. Okay, so we'll go there. Okay, yes, I need to disable the firewall or Windows firewall, because Windows firewall, the first step you need to do after installing or promoting to a domain controller to disable Windows firewall, because this will do a lot of things or it will not make the domain controller work properly. Okay, you are disabling firewall, but you have an external firewall. Okay, so you are not disabling firewall and you don't have any protection. You have antivirus with a firewall module installed on the server, and you have actually also the external firewall. Okay, so there is a command that we can issue. Okay, let me get further and see you the command. So this is the again just a moment. So there is a command, that we will issue to disable the firewall. This was in a previous video or a previous lab, the red alert lab. I have a command to disable the firewall completely. Okay, set firewall to disable for the domain profile, public profile, and private profile. So this is now, we will disable the firewall, and the last step is I have a script that will update the Windows. This script I was intended to work, or it should work with Packer HashiCorp, but as I said before in the previous video, I didn't work with it because it will not be it will not be working because it works with PowerShell 5 version. Okay, so again, you can see here that the firewall, it is disabled. You will see here that the firewall is disabled. The status of the firewall, it will be disabled. Anyway, so we will run a script. It's not unknown, it is disabled, it's off. Okay, so now we will run a script that it should be initially working with Packer, or I was intending to automate this or to make this work during the installation of Windows. So now I will edit the script, and it will make Windows update. It will apply security updates to the Windows 2012. It will go to the Microsoft website, it will download the updates and install them. Okay, so this is what it should do. So now it will begin uh, accepting updates and downloading the updates, and then at the end it will uh, restart the machine. So it have done it already, installed a couple of things. Okay, so this script is to update the Windows. It accepts most of the security updates, I think. So this script, let me see the script. Okay, I think if I go there and see the script itself, if you go there and open AD collections and the Terminator lab, let's see here. The script itself, if you go to Windows Update, this is it. Tell him to edit. Here you can see that the script, it is accepting all, so W accept all updates, so he's getting all of the updates, not certain updates for the Windows Server 2012 R2. So he's not choosing certain updates, he will get all of the updates. Okay, so this is good. Okay, now this will be the end of the video. Let's continue here. So now the updates are installed. Now we are restarting for the updates to complete, and then I will take a snapshot. So I think now what I'm doing here now, yes, again. So I have installed the Windows updates using a script. Now we will make another script to clean the installation files of the Windows updates. So the Windows updates, uh, it will be installed and the system will be upgraded, but the installation files are there. So we need to run the cleanup script to clean the stored installation or Windows updates installation files. Okay, so this will be done here. We will run the script cleanup to clean the updates. So now it will be done the same. We have seen this when you are working with Packer. We have already run this script, but we will do this. We will run the script and we will start. It will begin deleting deleting the cached installation or Windows Update installation files. So this will be done. Okay, we can go further. Okay, and then at the end we'll take a snapshot and then we will close. So here we can see now I have already shut down the machine. I will take a snapshot, and that's it for this video. Hope this video will informative to you all, and thank you all for viewing. If you like the video, please subscribe, share, and comment. And if you like to take a private course with me, please communicate with me on my WhatsApp number or my Telegram number or my private email karim.roof@gmail.com. Thank you so much.